The video light is a small 4.5-inch pocket-sized rechargeable unit. It has an aluminium alloy case, which gives it a nice quality feel. The front panel has 96 LEDs arranged in an 8x12 matrix and covered with a diffuser. The LEDs are split into two colours, warm white and cool white, and I'll talk about how they're controlled a little bit later. On the top panel there's an on-off switch and a Type-C USB charging port. The kit comes with a USB cable to charge the light from a normal USB charger, and it takes around 3 hours to fully recharge. On the back is an OLED display, and while the battery is charging it displays the percentage of charge. There's a multifunction switch on the side which can be pressed to select or moved up and down to change values. The light is turned on with a long key press, and the display then shows the remaining battery time, the brightness setting and the colour temperature setting. To change the brightness, the multifunction switch is pressed to toggle the arrow to the brightness setting and then up and down to change the light output. As the brightness setting is increased, the remaining battery time reduces due to the increased power draw from the battery. I normally use the light on the 50% brightness setting, which gives a good hour-and-a-half runtime, and if the setting is increased to 100%, then it lasts for about an hour. The colour temperature can be changed by pressing the multifunction switch and toggling the arrow to the colour setting, and then up and down to change the colour between 3500 Kelvin, which is a warm white, and 5700 Kelvin, which is a cool white. As I said earlier, the LED panel is made up from two sets of LED colours, and what this control does is to set the balance between the two. If the colour is set to 3500 Kelvin, then the warm white LEDs are fully lit and the cool white LEDs are extinguished, and if the colour is set to 5700 Kelvin, then the cool white LEDs are fully lit and the warm white LEDs extinguished. And by changing the colour setting, the output from the two LED colours can be varied. In terms of the light spectrum, basically it's doing something like this, starting with the warm white LEDs fully illuminated and then increasing the output of the cool white LEDs and then decreasing the warm white LEDs. This is quite an effective way of changing the colour, and in practice it works very well. If you turn the power off and then back on again, it retains the colour temperature setting, but the brightness setting is only retained up to 50%. Above that it resets back to 50%. The light has two standard 1/4-inch mounting threads, one on the bottom and one on the side, so the light can be easily mounted on a tripod, boom arm or anything with a 1/4-inch screw. The kit includes a hot shoe adapter to mount the light directly on a camera. The light has a magnetic back for mounting it to iron or steel objects, and the cutout sections can also be used to attach the light. This is where I film reviews and electronic projects. The only light source is the LED panel mounted on the camera, and it's set to 50% brightness and 5700 Kelvin. I tend to use the LED panel as a fill light. It's much easier to position than softboxes and it takes up a lot less space. And this is the effect of changing the colour temperature from 5700 to 3500. This is my very untidy garage where I also film things. Softboxes are hopeless in here, they just get covered in dust and generally get in the way. And this is the effect of changing the light intensity from 100% down to 5%, and also the colour from 5700 to 3500. Let's have a quick look inside. The back cover is secured with 4 screws. And then the back can be levered off. The 2 magnets slot into the cutouts in the cover. The large silver square is the lithium-ion battery, which according to the manual is 2800 mAh. Then there is the OLED display, the multifunction switch, the USB Type-C connector, the on-off switch, and then on the PCB there's an SLM6600 integrated circuit. I found a datasheet for it in Chinese, and using Google Translate it is a 3 amp synchronous step down lithium battery charging IC. So basically it handles charging the battery. There is also an HM3348 integrated circuit, which is a step up DC to DC constant current converter, and it can drive up to 8 LEDs in series from a lithium ion cell. There's a switching frequency of 800 kHz and a PWM dimming frequency of up to 360 kHz, so it's well above normal video frame rates. There are more components under the OLED display, but it's well stuck down and I don't want to damage it. The LEDs are soldered on an aluminium PCB, which acts as a heatsink. Overall, the construction is good and it would be easy to replace the battery if necessary. In summary, this is a very useful video light, perfect for use on camera. It's small, light, lasts a decent length of time, and so far it seems pretty robust. The only thing that I would change is to have an option to retain the brightness setting above 50% when it's powered off, but that's a minor point and certainly not a deal breaker.